is just flowing from both ends. Yeah, one saved. Got two. Hatter Ali Khan is alongside me. Had three taken. And look at how Bangladesh started at international level. There was one period in their cricket where they lost something like 47 one-day games on the trot between 1999, after they beat Pakistan, to November 2003. When you look at what they've done, Bangladesh, in white ball cricket since the West Indies tour of 2014 was finished. So where they are now, it's been a phenomenal change since Mortaza has taken over the captaincy. I think him leaving Mushfiqur Rahim at the captaincy has done wonders for this team.
I think that was a very bold and bold decision from the selectors and the team management, the board deciding that yes, they will want to releasing the pressure on the shoulders of
since the West Indies tour earlier in the year. He's played 8 or 9 games and he's picked up 17 wickets in those 8 matches before this tournament. Average of 17, economy rate of about 4.5. Doesn't quite bode well. He's been excellent. 17 with the bat. More than 2 wickets a game.
Now the slips comes out. They really played their hearts, especially in the World Cup in Australia and New Zealand, when they qualified for the very first time to play the quarterfinal and beat England, defending especially historic moment. This means that not really looked back. The great appreciation on the trot when they came back home against Pakistan, they won that series, the ODI series against India. Their strength, Indian इसका जो win था, that series, and also when you win against South Africa, who were at that moment the number one ICC ranked team in the world. And then people started to say, okay, they're very good, started to become really good at home. When they go overseas, that is the big question.
जैसे मैं पुशअप मारता हूँ वैसे 5 पुशअप मारता हूँ.
I just want to give you some numbers at our folks at home watching this to back up what's being said here. In the 2.5-year period since it was November 2014, Bangladesh have played 39 matches. They've won 24 of them. And if you measure that before this tournament against every team in the world, I think it's only Australia during that period who got a better win-loss ratio.
Wow.
I mean, here's the number. Once against not just associate teams, against all teams in the world. Phenomenal improvement. 1-1-6 for 2.
মা শোন, হালিমে যেন রানের মাংস দেয়, তেলটা যেন পুরো না হয়, আর ডালগুলো ভালো দিতে বলবি। মা, হালিম তো ওরা আমাদের ইচ্ছে মতো বানাবে না, তাই তো?
এই রমজানে আপনার সব খাবারই হোক স্বাস্থ্যসম্মত, তাই ঘরে তৈরি করুন সুস্বাদু হালিম।
রাঁধুনির হালিম।
এখন সবার পছন্দের সেন্টার ফুড পাওয়া যাচ্ছে রেগুলার প্যাকের পাশাপাশি আকর্ষণীয় বিশেষ প্যাকে। বাংলাদেশের উল্লাসের সবচেয়ে জনপ্রিয় চুইংগাম সেন্টার ফুড।
Tournament, so much talent on show.
এক নাগাড়ে 3 সপ্তাহের বেশি কাশি হলে হাসপাতালে কিংবা স্বাস্থ্য কেন্দ্রে গিয়ে বিনামূল্যে কফ পরীক্ষা করা। পরীক্ষাতে যক্ষা ধরা পড়লে ভয়ের কিছু নেই। যক্ষার ওষুধ বিনামূল্যে হাসপাতাল ও স্বাস্থ্য কেন্দ্রে পাবেন। ডাক্তারের পরামর্শ মতো নিয়মিত ফুল কোর্স ওষুধ খেলে যক্ষা ভালো হয়।
Once he get into that position, he really disappoints.
But there's no doubt when we talk about Bangladesh's success in this period. Tamim Iqbal's form, along with Mushfiqur and Shakib Al Hassan, has been instrumental in driving that period. A lot of Bangladesh's batting predecessors back in the time where I was ending my career, their first 10 years in international cricket, average in the 20s. This batting group have taken it a step further. A lot of them are averaging in the 30s, closing in the 40s. Tamim Iqbal
এক নাগাড়ে
has
3
been
সপ্তাহের
brilliant,
বেশি
averaging
কাশি
close to 50
হাসপাতালে
in the
বা
last couple
স্বাস্থ্য
of
কেন্দ্রে
years.
গিয়ে বিনামূল্যে কফ পরীক্ষা করা। পরীক্ষাতে যক্ষা ধরা পড়লে ভয়ের কিছু নেই। ডাক্তারের পরামর্শ মতো নিয়মিত ফুল কোর্স ওষুধ খেলে যক্ষা ভালো হয়।
Conditions with batting, and if he stays on till the very end, no doubt that he can pick up a big one here. 125-50 points.
ব্রেকফাস্টে কড়া ফেসবুক নিউজের সাথে মগ ভর্তি হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ, লাঞ্চে ফুল প্লেট লেটেস্ট ভিডিও, আর ডেজার্টে ননস্টপ মিউজিক। আর যেখানেই হোক ইন্টারনেটে নো ডায়েটিং। সপ্তাহে 7 দিন ভরপেট ব্রাউজিং। ইন্টারনেট ব্যবহারে যারা একদমই ডায়েটিং পছন্দ করেন না, তাদের জন্য এখন 2 জিবি মাত্র 129 টাকায় 7 দিনের জন্য।
मोहे रंग लगा दे रे।
Weather conditions
रंग लगा
superb.
दे रे, मोहे रंग लगा दे रे।
Clouds just hidden momentarily.
मैं तेरी
Beautiful day in London to kick
जोगनिया
off
तू जोग
this
लगा
2017 tournament. Placement perfect.
Gets the length just a touch short, and Tamim Iqbal was on it like a flash. Picked it up very early. Still have to put it away. Didn't try to hit it too hard. What he did was bisected those two fielders in the deep and played that beautifully all along the carpet.
Magnificent. And the hurdling skills of ball not very good.
That's what he has done in the recent past, Tamim Iqbal. First it was a short delivery, so he put that away for a boundary, and the next delivery, fuller one, down the ground. Lovely use of the feet. Oops. Big stride in for Tamim. And now chops it down to the third man. He wants the second, it's not there. He's grown as a player, Tamim Iqbal. One would have expected that Tamim initially, when he started his career, was very aggressive. You remember him in 2007, the World Cup, when he made his debut. People started to give him a nickname, Boom Boom Tamim, because they were expecting him to explode right from the word go. Not anymore. He's certainly matured, and he's understood his role as a senior cricketer, as an opener, who needed to survive the initial period and then step on the gas slowly but surely. Certainly looking very solid. Leading run getters for Bangladesh, Tamim right at the top in all three formats of the game.
Perilously close to Joe Root in the air. 136 for 2.
আমার ছয় হলো না কেন? তোর ইন্টারনেট স্লো নাকি রে?
সুপার স্লো ইন্টারনেট ছেড়ে 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে আসুন। মাত্র 31 টাকায় 250 মেগাবাইট ইন্টারনেট।
আমার হাতে দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্ক।
গ্রামীণ ফোন। আসলে মানুষ আজ যে সবাই, আর আসল মানুষের দেশে রিয়েল ম্যাঙ্গো ড্রিঙ্ক শেজান।
ঘরের চালের স্থায়ী সমাধান আরও সিমেন্ট শীট, সব সিজনেই ফিট।
If they maintain the current tempo, they'll get over 260. Bangladesh, the average score here batting first in the last 3 years is about 259. Conditions just seem to require and demand more than that today.
Yes, psychologically, Bangladesh will also be thinking about whether they can get to a score of 275. That's a score that they defended against England in the World Cup. But the way they are batting at the moment, that is beautifully played. Short, but it's played it later. That's Mushfiqur Rahim. They've gone for the second, coming back for the third. This is good running. Very good running.
Curious to see how this all pans out, because if you go back maybe more than 3 years ago, they've always been prone to the odd collapse, Bangladesh, even when they start well. But the one-day game has changed so much amongst the top 5 nations, let's say. All things being equal, in batting first most times, not every time. 88 scores of over 300 have been scored since the last World Cup, and we've only been 2 years out of it. By the time the next one comes along, it could be about 150. .27 overs gone, 143 for 2.
দাদু খুব খুশি হতাম যদি আমাদের সাথে ইফতারে শরীক হতেন।
আসুন এই রমজানে সম্প্রীতির বন্ধনকে করি আরো দৃঢ়। ফ্রেশ হেলদি ফুড বেটার লাইফ।
অনেক বন্ধু, বেশি ফান আর অনেক বেশি শেয়ারিং এর জন্য এখন নাম্বার 1 নেটওয়ার্ক।
That as well by voting for your favorite play of the day at icc-cricket.com/POTD. Get into the action. One for 26 for Ben Stokes back into the attack. Real superstar in the making. And here's another one with some analysis, Nathan Hussain.
Thanks, Bish. I've got some analysis of Tamim Iqbal. Actually, he's one of the lads that's using this bat sensor on the top of his bat. And it's noticeable against the seamer, he has a bigger backlift than against the spinner. We've got some information from the technology, and you can see on the left against the seamer, his bat angle going up, his lift backlift is 166 degrees, but against the spinner it's only 132. You'd think it'd be the other way around. Against the faster bowler, have slightly lower backlift, and against the spinner, pick it back up and whack it. And actually, like most players, are the other way around. It's a beautiful shot. The other thing I've noticed with Tamim, actually, it gives you a little hint. Every bowler, as you know, Bish, will be looking for any hint as to the shot coming. And I've done a split screen of one that he blocked and the one that he hit for 6. Look at the one that he blocked. His backlift goes up as the point of delivery. The one he hits for 6, his backlift doesn't go up at all. It's on the ground, and he never lifts it up. So as a bowler, as a spinner, Moeen Ali has to be watching Tamim Iqbal's backlift. He gives you a clue as if he's coming after you or not.
Told you he was a superstar.
It's a terrific pull shot. Brings up the 50 partnership as well. Who these batsmen look. You talk about Tamim Iqbal, but take nothing away from someone like Mushfiqur Rahim. He'll enjoy batting here. He's looked very good. At the moment, they're not in any trouble whatsoever. So England would be thinking how to break this partnership. They've used the spinner. They've only picked up Moeen Ali as the spinner. Didn't pick up Adil Rashid. That's the bowling lineup. Vokes just the 2 overs. He's off the field. Wood 1905. Ball touch expensive. Stokes is the one who picked up the wicket. A little bit too wide. Just for a moment, Mushfiqur Rahim eyes lit up and probably would have thought that he has an opportunity to put it away for a boundary.
Bowling coach Otis Gibson He's sitting comfortably. 150 comes up, 150 for two.
লাড্ডু খেয়েছো?
মা পেট ব্যথা।
আরো খাও লাড্ডু।
এক্সকিউজ মি, লাড্ডু আমি বানিয়েছি, প্রবলেম এখানে। আর রক্ষা করবে
লাইফ বয়, পেট ব্যথা, কারেকশন কি?
ডক্টরের থেকে শোনো, জীবাণু এখান থেকে এখানে, আর পরে পেট ব্যথা। এই জন্য নতুন লাইফ বয় উইথ অ্যাক্টিভ সিলভার দেয় জীবাণু থেকে আমাদের সবচেয়ে শক্তিশালী সুরক্ষা।
সো সুইট। লাড্ডু। দেশের সর্বোচ্চ অট্টালিকার দৃঢ়তায় আনোয়ার ইস্পাত।
এখন সবার পছন্দের সেন্টার ফুড পাওয়া যাচ্ছে রেগুলার প্যাকের পাশাপাশি আকর্ষণীয় বিশেষ প্যাকে। বাংলাদেশের উল্লাসে সবচাইতে জনপ্রিয় চুইংগাম সেন্টার ফ্রুট।
Nice crowd, and I like this move as well. Mark Wood back into the attack. I thought his length was an aggressive length in his first spell. It was back of the length at the two opening batsmen. Didn't pick up a wicket. It was much better, I thought, than Jake Ball, for instance, who overpitched the ball far too much. Switched ends. Let's expand on what Nasser Hussain was talking about. Shane Warne has some sort of thoughts on it.
Yeah, thanks, Bish. It's an interesting point and a good pickup from Nasser Hussain about the back lift. I remember going back in the 95 West Indian tour, I was struggling to bowl to Carl Hooper, and I didn't know when he was running down the pitch to me, and he kept hitting me over my head, he kept hitting me for six or a boundary, and most batsmen would give you a signal, whether it would be a Lara or a Tendulkar or one of those great players, but they'd go a little bit early or you'd pick up when they're going to run at you. Sidhu was someone that was hard to do that, but one day in Barbados against Carl Hooper, I couldn't work out when he was coming down, as I said. So we went to a break, and Bob Simpson said to me, "Have you watched his body language? Have you watched him?" I said, "No, I haven't actually." And he said, "Well, just after the break, go back, watch him, and watch every single mannerism." And it took an over or so. He ran down, and there was something I noticed that was different, but I couldn't work out what it was. It took me a couple of overs, and it was exactly what Nasser said. When he was going to charge at me, he would look at me as a bowler the whole time and not move his bat. When he wasn't charging, he'd put his head down, he would tap his bat on the pitch and look back up. So it took a few overs, but batsmen do give you some signals of when they're going to run down. And it was sort of off-putting when you don't know, but once you work that out, it makes it a lot easier to bowl to some of those guys.
Just want to ask you this, how much of a challenge is it standing at the top of your mark, then running in and looking for that little movement, and also concentrating on where you want to bowl?
It's off-putting. It's not easy. It's really difficult to be able to do that. So when batsmen do give you a giveaway, like we just saw here, or a Carl Hooper in that instance I just spoke about, as a bowler you can really just concentrate on what you're trying to do and how to get him out, rather than worrying about is he going to come, and it makes it a lot easier to be able to bowl the delivery that you want to bowl.
Thanks, Shane. See that being the gap. That's one of the difficult things that England have found. When they've pitched the ball up to Bangladesh, they've driven it well. When they pull the length back, they've been able to pull, cut and hook. So they've made it terribly difficult to bowl consistently.
Well, they've certainly expressed themselves very nicely so far in this match. And it's once again Tamim Iqbal who picks up the length very quickly. We saw him earlier putting one behind square. This is a lot straighter in front of the mid-wicket. Terrific hit, another boundary.
I just think they've improved so much in those areas as well, Bangladesh. And the more cricket they play outside of the subcontinent, outside of Bangladesh, the more they go to New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, come to England, is when the next generation will take them even further forward. Ranked number 6 in the world at the moment.
Spot on, Ian Bishop. And they've had success recently. One against New Zealand in the Tri-Series, Sri Lanka, they picked up the win as well. Finishes with the Yorker. A dot delivery to finish the over. 6 in that over. 156 for 2 Bangladesh.
Dual selfie camera. One for selfie, one for group selfie. Oppo F3, F3 Plus. Selfie expert. Oppo camera phone.
আন্টি, আঙ্কেল নেই?
তোমার আঙ্কেল তো মাথা ঘুরে পড়ে গেছে বাবা।
কি বলেন? আচ্ছা, আমি এখন দেখছি।
এমন আলোকিত মানুষগুলোর জন্যই আজও একটা নতুন দিনের স্বপ্ন দেখা যায়। এদেরই জন্য রবি নিয়ে এলো বাংলাদেশের প্রথম ইসলামিক মোবাইল প্যাকেজ নূর। রবি
6 for 2, change of voices. Shane Warne is with Michael Atherton.
Thank you, Bish. Good looking scorecard if you're a Bangladesh fan, with Tamim on 76 and Mushfiqur Rahim on 30. Wickets in the shed and plenty of time left, 21 overs remaining for Bangladesh to try and double this score or thereabouts. I was interested listening to your story there of Carl Hooper, Shane, about the tells. It's a very famous one in tennis, you know, between Agassi and Becker. Very early on, Agassi couldn't work out where Becker would serve, and he eventually worked out the tell, and Becker used to stick his tongue out the moment that he served, and whichever side his tongue pointed out of his mouth was where he was going to serve. Amazing tell. But you're right, just little cues that you look for in all kinds of sports, I guess.
Yeah, it's as a bowler, it was quite distracting. Walking into bowl, I never used to run. I walked into bowl, and not knowing when he was coming down. And it was a very interesting pickup from Bob Simpson to do that, and then to watch it and to work out what it was in the game situation, and made the game so much easier to bowl to a player like that. I've got another good one for you. Just short of the man at point. I remember talking to Greg Chappell about the great Abdul Qadir when he was bowling, and the Australian players were all struggling to pick his wrong-un. And Greg Chappell picked his wrong-un. And everyone said, what did you pick up? And Greg wouldn't tell anyone for a while. It took him a while to get it out of Greg. And in the end, he said when Abdul Qadir would bowl his normal wrong-un, his facial expressions were exactly the same, just blank. When he was about to bowl a wrong-un that no one could pick, he had this huge smile on his face because he knew he was about to knock someone over. And so once everyone found out Abdul Qadir was standing at the top of his mark with this huge smile on his face, people knew it was going to be the wrong-un that was hard to pick.
I've got one for you then. I picked up a bowler, Devon Malcolm. When he used to bowl his bouncer, he'd have what you'd call a reverse cock of his wrist. So he'd cock his wrist normally for his normal ball, and then whenever he's going to bowl a bouncer, he would reverse cock it just at the moment of when he got into his kind of release position. Just a little tell that you knew the
Well
bouncer.
done. I wish you had told us that when we were playing against him when he used to bowl us thunderbolts. He knocked us over here, wasn't it? 93, I think we were talking about earlier.
Like this ground, Devon, he got 9 for here once against South Africa. That would have been tight. It's a good fielder, Mark Wood. He's a bit of a live wire. He's already taken out. It's Joe Root, actually.
That was great awareness from Joe Root. By the reaction, it looked... it was Wood. It looked close. Yeah, he might have been out. Excellent awareness from your fast bowler at mid-on, Wood.
Yeah, he's already taken one smart catch, hasn't he, diving away in that position. He's a real live wire. Everything he does at speed. Looks like quite fancied the short ball to Tamim, but he's still going. 77, 159 for 2.
6টি এক্সাইটিং লং লাস্টিং ফ্রেগ্রেন্সে কুল বডি স্প্রে ফর দ্য রিয়েল ম্যান।
আমার ছয় হলো না কেন? তোর ইন্টারনেট স্লো নাকি রে?
সুপার স্লো ইন্টারনেট ছেড়ে 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে আসুন। মাত্র 31 টাকায় 250 মেগাবাইট ইন্টারনেট।
আমার হাতে দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্ক।
গ্রামীণ ফোন।
আমরাই সৃষ্টি করি দৃঢ়তা। দেশের সর্বোচ্চ অট্টালিকার দৃঢ়তায় আনোয়ার ইস্পাত। আমরা আনোয়ার ইস্পাত, দৃঢ়তার ইস্পাত ইনসাইড।
Decent position, 159 for 2. one from Mark Wood.
He just brings great enthusiasm to the table, Wood, doesn't he? He's got a smile, he runs in, first ball of the over, bang, bouncer right on the money, quick, hits, slams into the gloves, and just gives the batsman something to think about for the over. Looked like a cross seam. Excellent delivery. Love his energy and enthusiasm he brings to the team, Wood. I think it can be a bit infectious for the rest of the group, especially in this middle overtime when it's just sort of a feeling out stage and the field goes back. It's infectious for the team. It starts to rub off on the fielders to dive and stop one. Maybe creates a run out.
I think Tamim was just not sure where the field was on the leg side. Morgan had kind of sneaked into a leg gully position. Bairstow has come in front of square. They obviously fancy the short ball at Tamim. They almost had him out on a couple of occasions. There was the top edge that went over the keeper very early on in his innings, and the one that he nearly put onto his stumps.
Clever batting, found a way to get a single. No annoy Wood and Morgan. He's looked good, Tamim. 79 off 96, played well. Really developing into a platform. I think we touched on it before. So Athers, you look at these run rate, if your current run rate's 264, get around that 10 and over, 357. Somewhere around that 8 and over, I reckon will be around right, 317 as a guide. You generally double the 30th over. I should give them 320.
Yeah, and given their score here against India the other day when they were bundled out for 84, they'd certainly settle for that.
It was an interesting start from Bangladesh, wasn't it? The first 4 or 5 overs, they just looked like they didn't want to lose a wicket. There was no real intent. It was just pure survival mode. And then once Wokes went off, they sort of put their foot down. They took a liking to Jake Ball when he first came on, knocked him for a couple of boundaries, and then they had their momentum, and then they were away.
It's kind of understandable, isn't it? It's the start of a global tournament. All teams are going to be nervous and a little tentative. England have the pressure of being the host nation and one of the favourites, and they look nervous at the start. Catch that Owen Allen put down.
And that's why when you look at your team and your squads and all that, you want your best players, but there's a lot of things that come into it in these big tournaments, the character of someone, and that's when you look through sides and you think of match winners. And in these big tournaments, I believe it's whoever's got the most match winners that can turn a game on its head are generally the team that are going to make the finals, because they bring their A game. Both sides will perform, another good single. Both sides will perform and they'll be up for it. There'll be a bit of nerves, but it's that match winner that can turn the game on its head.
Who do you fancy then?
Well, I've just been looking through some of the squads, and most sides have 2 or 3, maybe 4 or 5. A couple of sides, India, South Africa, Australia, have got a few good ones. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to win, but they've got more of a chance. And if you look back through the history, India and Australia have done pretty well in these tournaments, World Cup tournaments. 163 for 2.
সিনেমা তো নতুন স্ট্যান্ডার্ড এসে গেছে। অ্যাকশন সিন স্টারম্যান নয়, হিরো নিজেই করে। আর মুখের অবস্থা এই। আর এর জন্য শুধু পানি নয়, ফেয়ার অ্যান্ড লাভলি মেন ফেস ওয়াশ, এটা ধুলো আর পলিউশন টেনে নিয়ে দেয় ফেয়ারনেসের নতুন স্ট্যান্ডার্ড। ফেয়ার অ্যান্ড লাভলি মেন।
বাইরের দেওয়ালের উপর ধুলো টিকতেই দেয় না। এপেক্স আল্টিমা।
এখন বাটিকা এনরিচড কোকোনাট হেয়ার অয়েলের সাথে ডাবর মিসফ্যাক্ট টুথপেস্ট ফ্রি।
Tamim's got a terrific test record. It's really
এক নাগারে 3 সপ্তাহের বেশি কাশি হলে হাসপাতালে কিংবা স্বাস্থ্য কেন্দ্রে গিয়ে বিনামূল্যে কফ পরীক্ষা করা। পরীক্ষাতে যক্ষা ধরা পড়লে ভয়ের কিছু নেই। যক্ষার ওষুধ বিনামূল্যে হাসপাতাল ও স্বাস্থ্য কেন্দ্রে পাবেন। ডাক্তারের পরামর্শ মতো নিয়মিত ফুল কোর্স ওষুধ খেলে যক্ষা ভালো হয়।
Too. I tell you what, Ben Stokes, a lot of talk about Ben Stokes and his knee and it hurts when he bowls, but I think he's got a very high pain threshold, Ben Stokes. just watching him bowl so far, he doesn't have any discomfort, any trouble there whatsoever. Look at the way he's running in there, steaming in, hitting the crease hard. Ball's coming out of good place.
That's fine. Very, very neat from Tamim. He gets a bit of a volley in return from Ben Stokes, who loves getting into these kind of contests, actually. We've seen it time and again. But Stokes just loves it. He's not going to shy away from a contest.
And this is what match winners do. Stokes is one of these match winners in the team, and I reckon he's just senses a moment at the moment. He's a bit frustrated. Bangladesh are doing so well. And these are sort of things that guys do. This is more for Ben Stokes than anybody else. This is to get himself in the game. They'll get the team to get up around him. Start to try and make something happen from nowhere.
Talking about the injury to Stokes, the one to Wokes doesn't sound very good at all, does it? A side strain is bad news for a fast bowler. I was just thinking about possible replacements for England should they need to replace Wokes, and I think probably a Finn and Broad, maybe Toby Rowland-Jones from Middlesex, who came into the team the other day against South Africa. Side strain's not good news, is it, to you bowlers?
No, side strain is really, you always generally come back, you rush it, you come back too early too. It needs longer than you think, because that front arm, when you pull it down to get into the side strain, or the grunt muscle, whatever it might be down there, it really hurts, and you can't do much about it besides, look at this, I love this. It's a good way to answer it. Get back and bowl.
Yeah, he said he's got a hint of arrogance about him, and if Ben Stokes is not going to shy away from a contest, neither is Tamim. At the moment, the batsman is winning that battle. He's got 85 and Bangladesh are 169 for 2.
ব্রেকফাস্টে কড়া ফেসবুক নিউজের সাথে মগ ভর্তি হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ, লাঞ্চে ফুল প্লেট লেটেস্ট ভিডিও, আর ডেজার্টে ননস্টপ মিউজিক। আর যেখানেই হোক, ইন্টারনেটে নো ডায়েটিং। সপ্তাহে 7 দিন ভরপেট ব্রাউজিং। ইন্টারনেট ব্যবহারে যারা একদমই ডায়েটিং পছন্দ করেন না, তাদের জন্য এখন 2 GB মাত্র 129 টাকায় 7 দিনের জন্য বাঙালি।
নগদ পেমেন্ট ছাড়াই
প্রেসেন্টের সকল পণ্য উপভোগ করুন ইনস্টলমেন্টে পেমেন্ট সুবিধা।
তো এবার ঈদে আপনি কার মুখে হাসি ফোটাবেন?
Crescent 100% পিওর লেদার। দেশের বৃহত্তম স্যাটেলাইট টাউনের দৃঢ়তায় আনোয়ার ইস্পাত।
আসলে মানুষ আজ যে সবাই, আর আসল মানুষের দেশে রিয়েল ম্যাঙ্গো ড্রিঙ্ক শেজা।
Points added up. And Tamim just letting the umpires know that Ben Stokes had put his hand on his shoulder.
Ben Stokes has been quite friendly, wasn't he? Just saying, having a bit of a laugh there at the end and tapped him on the shoulder, but Tamim took offence to it. He said, "You can't touch me." And that's when the umpire sort of stepped in. So Ben Stokes does have to be a little bit careful there, because you're not allowed to touch players, the opposition players, especially the
important that Tamim just stays in control of his emotions here. He's had an over where he and Ben Stokes have been going at each other.
He's a pretty handy part-timer, as you sort of touched on, Athers. He's a clever sort of part-time. He doesn't just bowl and wait for the batsman to try and make a mistake. We've already seen about 3 changes of pace already. That would look like a round arm delivery. He's a clever cricketer, Joe Root.
That round arm flatter delivery again, but for the second time in the over, directed down the leg side. Right again, did not just tickle that round the corner. 33 overs done, 174 for 2, time for drinks.
সুপার স্লো ইন্টারনেট ছেড়ে 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্কে আসুন। মাত্র 31 টাকায় 250 মেগাবাইট ইন্টারনেট।
আমার হাতে দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্ক।
গ্রামীণ ফোন।
চলো।
আসছি, কাল তাড়াতাড়ি এসো।
খুব ময়লা হয়েছে তাই না?
আর অনেক দুর্গন্ধও আছে ম্যানেজার সাহেব। চিন্তা নেই, বাসায় গিয়ে ধুয়ে দিচ্ছি, দাও।
এত ময়লা আর দুর্গন্ধ দূর করতে তো দ্বিগুণ কষ্ট হবে না?
দ্বিগুণ কষ্ট তো হবে, কিন্তু তার জন্য অন্য কেউ আছে।
অন্য কেউ? কে?
নতুন হুইল টু ওয়ান। এতে আছে হাজার লেবুর মতো শক্তি, যা কাপড়কে করে গভীর থেকে পরিষ্কার ও সুবাসিত। নতুন হুইল টু ওয়ান।
হ্যাঁ দাদি, স্টেশনে আমি আর তোর আম্মা তোর জন্য বসে আছি। সবাই কই? শুধু আমরা।
তোমার কাছের যারা তোমায় দেখতে চায়।
এত কুক লাগবে দাদি? এত সব করলো কি?
পারফেক্টের চেয়ে পারফেক্ট উজ্জ্বলতা কিভাবে পাবে জানতে চাও? পারফেক্ট উজ্জ্বলতা পাওয়ার জন্য নতুন আবিষ্কার লেজার লাইট। অন্ধকারকে যেমন দূর করে লাইট, তেমনি ত্বক উজ্জ্বল করার জন্য ফেয়ার অ্যান্ড লাভলি অ্যাডভান্সড মাল্টিভিটামিন,
যা লেজার লাইটের মতো ত্বকের গভীরে গিয়ে ডার্ক স্কিন সেলস উজ্জ্বল করতে সাহায্য করে আর দেয় চমৎকার উজ্জ্বলতা।
তাই এখন থেকে শুধু লেজার লাইট ট্রিটমেন্টের মতো উজ্জ্বলতা।
ফেয়ার অ্যান্ড লাভলি অ্যাডভান্সড মাল্টিভিটামিন।
Dual selfie camera, one for selfie, one for group selfie. Oppo F3 Plus, selfie expert.
Oppo camera phone.
চলো।
আসছি, কাল তাড়াতাড়ি এসো।
খুব ময়লা হয়েছে তাই না?
আর অনেক দুর্গন্ধও আছে ম্যানেজার সাহেব। চিন্তা নেই, বাসায় গিয়ে ধুয়ে দিচ্ছি, দাও।
এত ময়লা আর দুর্গন্ধ দূর করতে তো দ্বিগুণ কষ্ট হবে না?
দ্বিগুণ কষ্ট তো হবে, কিন্তু তার জন্য অন্য কেউ আছে।
অন্য কেউ? কে?
নতুন হুইল টু ওয়ান। এতে আছে হাজার লেবুর মতো শক্তি, যা কাপড়কে করে গভীর থেকে পরিষ্কার ও সুবাসিত। নতুন হুইল টু ওয়ান।
Crispy fried chicken.
ফ্রাইড চিকেন খাবে? আচ্ছা, বানিয়ে দিচ্ছি।
বাড়িতে? বাইরে অর্ডার করি?
নর শেফরা বানিয়েছে নতুন নর ক্রিসপি ফ্রাইড চিকেন মিক্স, যা ঘরে বানানো। রংধনু
আরে ওরা
देखबे चली ओल्ड पंडित।
It's a good shot. Square leg comes into play. That's
नहीं मिलती।
Foaming face wash.
ভাত দিতে
চায় তেনালি চু কি সুরক্ষা
রাখে বাড়িকে নতুন
হওয়া
নতুন জায়গা
নিকি সেভ
टीवी दिखाइए ना तो
It's British company.
Live like rape.
look at me Pittsburgh
আমিও প্রত্যেক
Put the foot down. It's important to have wickets in hand here.
Well, that battle between Stokes and Tamim has come to an end because Stokes has been withdrawn from the attack, and Jake Ball is a bit expensive earlier in the day. Comes back round the wicket, which is how he started things in his first spell.
Would you have been tempted for a little bit of drama and just a bit of sense of a moment and just to see if something could happen and to give Stokes one more? Oh, I think I would have been. So go on,
The
get
crowd,
one more and
the
knock
crowd
it over.
wanted it, didn't they?
Yeah, I would have said, I think, go on Stokes, yeah, you want one more? He said, yeah, oh, sure.
বসে যারা ইবাদত অতিথিদের নিয়ে
Good shot for one. Well, just the Champions Trophy, just to people that are not sure, that it's the top 8 teams that play in this. Unfortunately, the West Indies didn't quite make it. Afghanistan are number 10. So if you look at the top 8 sides, it's the rankings at the moment. You look where Bangladesh and England are, it's 5 versus 6. England are ranked 5 best, the 5th best side, and Bangladesh is 6th.
Yeah, I mean, for all the chat of England being amongst the tournament favourites, as you say, they're ranked 5th, which is probably not a fair reflection of the cricket that they played over the last year and a half, but that is their ranking, and certainly reflects the way that Bangladesh have played over the last year or so. They've been outstanding. There's certainly no pushovers anymore, and those are the two groups. Group A, maybe the marginally the tougher of those two groups.
Well, you look at that in one of Bangladesh, Australia, New Zealand, England, it's a tough group. I mean, if you look at the other and you say India, South Africa has a pretty tough group too, but just look here in those games, and that's why it's so important this first game. I think your first game in the tournament, if you can win that first game, you're not going to rely on too many other things. If you lose your first game, so let's just say if England were to lose today, the next match is against Australia and New Zealand, they're going to start worrying about results and so much pressure coming up the next game. So the first game for every team is so important. Big one, Australia, New Zealand tomorrow. It's a great tournament, this.
Fantastic tournament. And for England, Bangladesh have been a bit of a bogey side over the years. They've beat them in Adelaide in the 2015 World Cup, beat them in the 2011 World Cup. Famous night in Chittagong, remember it well.
And just to back up that point, you talked about the World Cup in 11 and 15. They've also won the last 4 one-day international. 4 out of the last 7 one-day internationals. 179 for 2.
আন্টি আঙ্কেল
আমার আঙ্কেল তো মাথা ঘুরে পড়ে গেছে বাবা
কি বলেন আচ্ছা আমি এখন দেখছি
এমন আলোকিত মানুষগুলোর জন্যই আজও একটা নতুন দিনের স্বপ্ন দেখা যায়। এদেরই জন্য রবি নিয়ে এলো বাংলাদেশের প্রথম ইসলামিক মোবাইল প্যাকেজ নূর।